Most people think making money from a garden means hauling crates of raw, dirty vegetables to a local farmer's market, begging people to buy your produce for $2 a head before it wilts and rots in the hot sun. But what if I told you that the real wealth in agriculture has absolutely nothing to do with selling raw crops, but everything to do with cultivating botanical raw materials that you transform into premium, high-ticket products? The hidden secret of the agricultural elite is this. Struggling growers sell their harvest immediately for pennies, trapped in a race against the clock of spoilage. Meanwhile, smart agricultural strategists process their harvest into value-added commodities that sell for hundreds of dollars per pound, boasting a shelf life of years, not days. And before you tell me you don't have a commercial kitchen, you don't own hundreds of acres, or you have zero manufacturing experience, let me stop you. The systems I'm about to share require little more than basic tabletop equipment, a tiny growing space, and the willingness to think like a botanical producer instead of a traditional peasant. Stay with me until the very end, because plant number 5 is an absolute goldmine. It is a common root that, when processed correctly, taps into a multi-billion-dollar wellness industry and can easily 50x your profit margin from a single harvest. Welcome back to Panting Help, the channel where we explore building value-added plant businesses and how to turn soil into opportunity and seeds into success. Let's get into it. Before we break down the 5 specific plants that will change your financial trajectory, we have to establish a foundational rule of agricultural economics. The reason most small-scale farmers and gardeners stay broke is because they are playing a game of volume and perishability. When you grow a tomato, a head of lettuce, or a cucumber, you have created a ticking time bomb. From the moment you harvest that crop, its quality, its nutritional value, and its market price begin dropping rapidly. You are forced to accept whatever price the market dictates today, because tomorrow, your product is garbage. To build true wealth and a reliable business system from your soil, you must step out of the commodity trap and step into the value chain. We do not want to be farmers. We want to be botanical manufacturers. We want to take a raw material that costs pennies to grow, apply a simple process to it, stabilize its shelf life, and sell it as a premium lifestyle or wellness product. This is called value-added agriculture, and it is the only way to scale a plant-based business without buying massive commercial acreage. Plant number 1 is lavender. Most people completely misunderstand lavender. The average homeowner plants it in their front yard because it smells nice and looks pretty. The average gardener might clip a few stems, tie them with a piece of cheap twine, and try to sell dried bundles at a craft fair for $5. That is amateur hour. Most people don't realize the sheer economic power hidden inside the cellular structure of this plant. The hidden opportunity here is steam distillation. Lavender is not a flower. It is a microscopic factory pumping out highly valuable essential oils and floral waters, known as hydrosols. The strategic advantage of growing lavender specifically for distillation is unparalleled. First, it is a woody, drought-tolerant perennial. Once established, it requires almost zero water, zero fertilizer, and thrives in poor, rocky soil. Second, and most importantly, the moment you distill this plant, you freeze time. A bottle of pure lavender essential oil does not rot. It does not wilt. It can sit on a shelf for 5 years and actually improve in aromatic quality. You have transformed a perishable plant into a permanent asset. Let's talk about the monetization and the value chain angle. To execute this, you invest in a small copper alembic still. You harvest your lavender, pack the still, and run steam through the plant material. The steam breaks open the oil glands, rises, and condenses back into a liquid. What comes out the other side is pure liquid gold. You are no longer selling a $5 bundle of dry sticks. You are bottling pure lavender essential oil, which easily commands $20 to $30 for a tiny half-ounce bottle in the premium wellness market. Furthermore, the leftover water from the distillation process is lavender hydrosol. You bottle that in sleek glass spray bottles and sell it as a luxury facial toner, linen spray, or organic room freshener for an additional $20 a bottle. You have effectively extracted 2 high-ticket, non-perishable product lines from a plant that grows on neglect. You can sell these direct-to-consumer online or build lucrative B2B, business-to-business relationships, supplying gallons of your oil to boutique soap makers, candle pourers, and luxury day spas who demand locally sourced, organic aromatics. Plant number 2 is the loofah, commonly known as the loofah gourd. The mainstream illusion surrounding this plant is actually hilarious. The vast majority of the public firmly believes that a loofah is a sea sponge pulled from the bottom of the ocean. The average gardener who does know it's a plant often dismisses it, thinking, "Why would I grow a giant cucumber that I can't even eat?" What if I told you that this aggressive, fast-growing vine is the ultimate Trojan horse into the booming, multi-million-dollar, eco-friendly, and zero-waste lifestyle market? The hidden opportunity of the loofah gourd is its fibrous vascular system. When left to mature and dry on the vine, the inside of this massive gourd turns into a dense, highly durable, completely biodegradable sponge. The strategic advantage here is spatial efficiency and passive processing. Loofah vines are incredibly aggressive climbers. You do not need wide-open fields to grow them. You need sturdy vertical trellises. You can grow a massive crop of loofah sponges on a chain-link fence or a vertical cattle panel, taking up virtually zero horizontal square footage. Furthermore, the curing process is entirely passive. You leave them on the vine until the skin turns brown and dry. You peel off the skin, shake out the seeds, which, by the way, becomes your free inventory for next year, and you are left with a raw, non-perishable, physical product that weighs next to nothing. The monetization angle for the loofah is incredibly diverse. You are tapping into a consumer base that is desperately trying to rid their homes of microplastics. A standard synthetic kitchen sponge sheds microplastics down the drain and sits in a landfill for 1,000 years. Your product is a luxury, organic, compostable alternative. You do not sell the whole, raw gourd. You slice the massive sponge into 1-inch thick pucks. You sell these pucks in bulk to artisanal soap makers who pour their molten soap directly over the loofah slice, creating a high-end exfoliating soap bar that retails for $15. You cut the sponges into ergonomic shapes, thread a piece of natural hemp rope through them, and sell them as premium, organic bath and shower exfoliators to luxury eco-boutiques. You can even compress them and market them specifically to zero-waste households as the ultimate natural dish scrubber. You are taking a seed that costs pennies and growing a biodegradable hardware product with massive markup potential. Plant number 3 is calendula. The average gardener looks at calendula and sees a bright, pretty, orange flower. If they are slightly educated, they might plant it near their tomatoes as a trap crop to attract aphids away from their food. But to leave calendula rotting in the dirt is an absolute financial tragedy. The hidden opportunity of calendula lies in its dense concentration of resins and flavonoids. This flower is arguably the most potent, widely accepted, skin-healing botanical on the planet. It accelerates cellular repair, reduces inflammation, and acts as a powerful antimicrobial agent. The strategic advantage of calendula is its growth habit. It operates on a cut-and-come-again biological system. The more aggressively you harvest the blooms, the more frantically the plant produces new flowers to replace them. You can harvest a single row of calendula twice a week, for months on end. Even better, the processing required to extract its value is incredibly low-tech. You do not need a still or expensive machinery. The value chain and monetization strategy for calendula revolves around lipid extraction, specifically creating infused carrier oils and organic healing salves. You harvest the flower heads, dehydrate them until they are bone dry, and submerge them in high-quality organic olive or jojoba oil. You let them sit in a warm, dark place for 6 weeks. The oil extracts all the medicinal resins, turning a deep, rich, golden color. You strain out the spent flowers. Now, you have a premium raw material. But we don't stop there. You gently heat that infused golden oil, melt in a small amount of locally sourced beeswax, pour it into sleek amber glass jars, and let it cool. You have just manufactured a premium botanical skin salve. You are no longer a gardener. You are a boutique skincare formulator. Who buys this? You market this aggressively to mothers as an all-natural organic diaper rash and eczema balm. You market it to local tattoo studios as a premium chemical-free tattoo aftercare and healing salve. A standard 2-ounce jar of organic calendula salve easily retails for $20 to $25. The cost of materials, a pinch of seeds, some oil, beeswax, and a glass jar, is roughly $3. That is a profit margin that traditional vegetable farmers can only dream of. Plant number 4 is peppermint. If you talk to a traditional gardener about mint, they will recoil in horror. The mainstream consensus is that mint is a parasitic weed that will aggressively take over your entire garden bed, choke out your other plants, and become a permanent nuisance. They think its only valid use is plucking a few leaves to muddle into a weekend mojito. As an agricultural strategist, you must learn to weaponize what others fear. The hidden opportunity of peppermint and its cousin spearmint is precisely its unstoppable, aggressive growth rate. You want a plant that refuses to die. You plant mint in heavy-duty, isolated containers, or dedicated raised beds. You now have an infinite, self-replenishing inventory that requires absolutely zero replanting, zero fertilizer, and minimal care. The strategic advantage here is moving from a fresh, wilting culinary herb into the highly lucrative world of artisanal extracts and premium dried blends. Fresh mint leaves wilt and turn black in a refrigerator within 3 days. It is a terrible fresh commodity. But let's look at the monetization and value chain. First, the extract market. You harvest massive bundles of mint, chop them roughly, and pack them into massive glass carboys filled with high-proof food-grade alcohol. You let this macerate for 2 months. The alcohol strips every drop of essential oil, flavor, and color from the leaves. You strain it, filter it, and bottle it into tiny, elegant 2-ounce dropper bottles. You have just created a pure, artisanal peppermint extract. Have you looked at the baking aisle recently? Commercial mint extracts are synthetic chemicals manufactured in a lab. You are offering a pure, hyper-local, insanely potent culinary extract. You sell this B2B to artisanal bakeries, craft ice cream makers, and boutique coffee shops that want to advertise locally sourced, organic mint flavoring in their products. A 2-ounce bottle of real, pure mint extract can retail for $15 to $20. Alternatively, you dehydrate the leaves whole, keeping them pristine and green. You blend them with a simple filler like organic chamomile or lemon balm, and you package them in sleek, minimalist pouches as a premium digestive health loose-leaf tea. The markup on specialty wellness tea is astronomical. You are taking a weed that grows aggressively for free, stabilizing its shelf life, and selling it into the premium culinary and wellness sectors. And finally, plant number 5, the goldmine, turmeric. The mainstream illusion is that turmeric is just a cheap yellow powder you buy in the spice aisle of a discount grocery store to make curry. Furthermore, most growers in temperate climates assume they cannot grow it because it is a tropical plant. They completely ignore it. The hidden opportunity is that turmeric is the undisputed king of the multi-billion-dollar anti-inflammatory and holistic wellness industry. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, is one of the most sought-after natural medicines in the world for joint pain, arthritis, and general longevity. Furthermore, you absolutely can grow it outside the tropics. It thrives in large containers, grow bags, or high tunnels during warm summer months. The strategic advantage of turmeric is its massive multiplication rate. You plant one small rhizome in the spring. By late autumn, beneath the soil, that single piece has multiplied into a massive, dense cluster of roots. But the real magic happens in the processing. Raw turmeric root is heavy, it contains water, and it eventually molds. To dominate this value chain, you must dehydrate and pulverize. You harvest the rhizomes, boil them briefly to lock in the vibrant orange color, slice them thin, and completely dehydrate them. Then, using a commercial spice grinder, you turn those dried chips into a microscopic, brilliantly colored powder. By removing the water weight, you have concentrated the value. The monetization angle here is not selling a cooking spice. You are selling a wellness protocol. You package your ultra-fresh, hyper-potent turmeric powder in UV-protected mylar bags or dark glass jars. You market this directly to the wellness community as the ultimate base for golden milk lattes, a massive trend in health-conscious demographics. But if you want to push the profit margin even higher, you enter the tincture and supplement market. You take your dried turmeric, combine it with a tiny percentage of black pepper extract, which increases the bioavailability of curcumin by 2,000%, and you encapsulate it into vegan supplement capsules. Or you use the alcohol maceration process we discussed with the mint to create a highly potent liquid turmeric extract tincture. You are no longer competing with the $2 spice aisle. You are competing with $60 joint health supplements in luxury pharmacies. People will pay a massive premium for locally grown, small-batch, organically processed medicinal compounds. You have taken a root pulled from the dirt and engineered a high-ticket pharmaceutical alternative. You turn soil into opportunity and seeds into success by controlling the entire process from the dirt to the final polished bottle. Let's bring this all together. The difference between an average grower and a smart botanical strategist is a profound mindset shift. Average growers view themselves as laborers. They think their job is to grow a plant, pull it out of the dirt, and hand it to someone else as quickly as possible. They accept all the physical risk and take the smallest possible financial reward. Smart growers view themselves as manufacturers and brand owners. They understand that a plant is not the final product. A plant is simply the raw material. By applying basic systems distillation, dehydration, infusion, and extraction, they remove the ticking clock of perishability. They create products that can be shipped globally, stored indefinitely, and priced based on the value they provide to the consumer's health, lifestyle, or business. If this deep dive completely changed the way you look at your garden, your greenhouse, or your future business, make sure to hit that like button to feed the algorithm. And subscribe to the channel so you never miss another strategic breakdown of agricultural wealth. Now, I want to hear from you. Look at your current setup, your climate, and your local market. Which of these 5 value-added plants would you start with and why? Are you going to build a distillation empire with lavender or dominate the local apothecary market with calendula and turmeric? Let me know your business plan in the comments below. Keep planting, keep growing, and keep thriving with Panting Help. I'll see you in the next video.